Welcome back, folks. We're about to see... Well, welcome anyway. You might not be coming back.
You might be just joining us right after lunch.
Right after lunch. We are about to see our para-finalists here at brought home a gold medal, Australia's first ever sporting World Cup gold medal. Well done, Sarah.
We like our gold.
We do. We do like our gold. And it's great to see these competitors here today also having a crack at the Australian National Championships Paraclimbing. What they're doing now, folks, if you don't already know, they're out having a viewing of the climb before they have to go back into isolation and wait for their turn as they go along. All right, that's it for the paraclimbers. Their viewing is over. They'll need to go back out in isolation and wait around. But our first competitor on the wall, by the look of it, we're getting straight into it, is our male paraclimber, Michael Turuli. And let's see how he goes. I believe his is the white climb. He's all ready to go. Got his chalk and set to do this thing. Let's go, Michael. 6 minutes is on the clock, and time for him to lay it down. It's great to see. Like we said before, the climbing community is so inclusive and just a wonderful community to hang out with.
Absolutely.
There was some interesting conversations.
I think climbing's unique like that as a sport where you go to the bouldering gym and you got a bunch of mates trying something that you're trying and you're all heckling each other on. Whereas a lot of other sports, there's not that kind of, energy of people sitting behind you kind of egging you on so much. Yeah, it's a unique sport like that.
It is. And, also when you travel around the world, it's fantastic to see such a supportive community worldwide also, when it comes to travel, but not also travel, but when competing,
we saw that with all the...
apologies, folks. We've got a little bit of something going on outside, if you can hear that. A little bit of maintenance happening somewhere. Now, we might have a bit of a challenge with the live stream right now, folks. So do apologise if that is the case. We are recording this, so if we do have some challenges with the stream, then we do apologise. But we are recording this one, and we will repost it as we go. Michael off. Well done, Michael. Giving it a whirl. He's pretty happy to be competing, and as all the competitors are, I'm sure, happy to have a bit of a crack today. Gave it a whirl. All the judges helping him out there. Great to see. You're like, oh, pretty pumpy up there, folks. But I tell you what, it's actually started to warm up a little bit, so maybe the finals will be a little bit spoogey.
It could be.
In the famous words of Duncan.
If we could take the roof off today, I think it's blowing quite a gale out there.
A little bit breezy. Let a bit of that breeze through, so potentially that would be awesome. But next up, folks, we have the para-female, and the para-female lineup is Sarah, Jesse, and Eddie, and we'll come out in reverse order on that one to see if we can get our champion for today. Just waiting a moment right now. Eddie Sparks from Queensland coming out as we speak.
Couple of last-minute push-ups.
Good to see, warming up, making sure, get the shoulders ready to roll, because it's on from the moment you jump on the climbing wall till a little bit afterwards.
Just taking one last look at the route. And which order do we start here in Jace? We're starting
in reverse order.
So Sarah out first. Or last.
Sarah's out last. So
this is Eddie.
This is Eddie. Eddie from Queensland.
I noticed the Urban Climb t-shirt.
Yep, great to see. Eddie off to a solid start. I saw her chatting and calling her family and friends yesterday. So if you're on, I don't know that off the top of my head, but you do kick into junior the year you turn 17, I think. So junior is then from 18 onwards. You have to go into the adult competition, or you can, compete in both if you're, up for the challenge. If you're a bit younger, you can qualify and get into it. But Eddie making good progress here.
Yeah.
Looking great. A little bit of support from the crowd.
Looking composed.
Indeed. Very solid. And nice, precise footwork as well. Keeping her arms nice and straight. Making things a little bit easier to manage the pump on the way up. Got a bit to go, but looking pretty good. Slow and steady wins the race right now, and Eddie is
calm and collected.
That's it. That's it. Big shout out to some of our sponsors, and
well, starting to get a little bit trickier here. Needing to get those feet high.
Maybe starting to get a little bit of a pump now, but not far from the top actually. But come on, Eddie.
Ooh.
A little bit of hesitation creeping in. Those elbows coming up. You can start to see the bit of the chicken wing. Come on, Eddie. Stick in there. Shake it out. Come on, Eddie. Maybe Eddie's up.
Oh.
And she's down, but well done.
Good fight.
Yep, good fight. Well, you can see the passion in there. She's pretty keen on making it a little bit higher, but well done, Eddie. You did great and didn't leave anything on the wall right there. So well done, Eddie, our first competitor here in the female paraclimbing. Welcome along, folks, to the 2022 Nationals. We might hear from some of our sponsors. We'll be back real soon.
Got me feeling like
All right, folks, welcome back to the paraclimbing female finals here at the 2022 National Open Championships. That is a little bit of a tongue twister.
It is a tongue twister.
A lot of twos in there, but welcome back. You're now watching Jessie. And Jessie Eddie, just a moment ago, Eddie Sparks, Jesse Aratakis. Another crack
We'll
at
have
that.
to ask.
Yep,
But
Jesse.
they were pretty close, Jesse and Eddie, in the
the
qualifiers.
qualifiers. Yep. So we'll see. Jesse now off and going. Looking pretty confident so far.
Yeah.
Nice quick start to it, and if you can, move fast on the low section. Oh, good use of the knee there. Nothing better than a good bit of knee barring.
I'm a fan of the knee.
Totally. And I do quite like a bit of what's commonly known as a knee scum. Or that one's a nice intermediate foothold or knee hold right there, which is fantastic. There is no rules when it comes to climbing on parts of the body you can and can't use. You can use all bits.
That's right.
To hold onto the wall, and
but there are rules around what you can stick. Knee pads.
Yeah, well, that's right.
No knee pads today, huh?
No knee pads. Listen, I don't know. I want to check the rules on that one. I don't think you can have knee pads in competition climbing. I've never seen them.
I think it just gets too murky to try and figure that one out.
Yep. You can obviously wear any type of climbing shoe that you would like.
Oh.
And Jesse climbed fast, did well. We shall see. I think Eddie actually was a bit higher.
I think so.
Pending any appeals there, Eddie might have snuck in the ranking, getting herself a second here. We shall see. But our last competitor in the ranks will be out real soon. I think she's in the background right there. And this is our Australian champion who won a gold medal, folks, in Salt Lake City just recently. So great to see, and looks like she's here to win. Pretty serious about this one. Of course, again, in the World Cups, the Para division, and also in the Olympics, the Paralympics. So great to see Australia getting some gold medals, ranking high. Let's
have more of that in the years to come.
Absolutely, and let's see how Sarah goes here. It's interesting. I was chatting with a friend of mine who makes prosthetics, and he certainly makes all sorts of different prosthetics for different activities and different outings and different things, like sporting prosthetics. He says it's pretty amazing these days what type of design and engineering and things can happen. So, great to see that for these competitors here today at the Paraclimbing Championships.
I imagine that would be quite a rewarding company.
Yes, and it talks about it all the time, having an opportunity to make different types of prosthetics for, all sorts of people for the first time and the second time and third time, and people getting back into sports and all sorts of stuff. So I think that would be absolutely very fulfilling work if you get an opportunity to do that. But we're watching
Sarah right here.
Sarah.
Just camped out here, looking very relaxed.
Yep. Looking fit, looking fresh, and ready to climb. Making sure her footwork is nice and steady. So we can see how she progresses here. I don't think this is going to cause her too much grief by the look of things.
We haven't seen the top part yet. Maybe there's a
might be a bit
in the tail.
Bit of spice in the finish. All right, this is where it gets serious, folks. Now over here, let's see if we can get in a bit closer on that shot and see the final few moves. There we go. Yeah. All right, shaking out. Bit of a jug there. Let's see. Probably about 4 or 5 moves from the top, folks, as we go. And be Great to see her top here. Sarah, obviously in the upper echelon of the paraclimbing world when it comes to winning a gold medal overseas in the international competitions.
Oh, and that experience to deal with it at a different level.
With a bit of pressure and stress in a competition circumstance. Still a few moves to go though. A little bit...
Well, it's winding up now.
we can see a little bit of Elvis in the house there. Sarah pulling into these last few moves. Nice and strong. I think let's find a little head wall. You can see her on the right-hand side there, folks, if you can see her. Oh, the chicken wing is up. Come on, Sarah. Oh,
so close.
Well done. Well done, Sarah. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Sarah Larkham, our international paraclimbing gold medalist and competitor. Other than some appeals, looks like she might take out the win here at the Open National Championships. We will have some presentations later on, folks, for that competition. So that's it. Short and sweet when it comes to this one today. Bit of a shout out to Jesse online. So thanks for joining us for the Para 2022 Open Championships final. It's done and dusted here, folks. Remember, join us in a couple of hours for the Open Finals at 2 p.m. We'll be live. Make sure you come back. Until then, folks, that's it from Jason and Duncan.
We'll catch you this afternoon.
Catch you then.